So, as we all well know at this stage, we've come through a pretty traumatic time with the pandemic. It's affected us all in many different ways. But essentially, the important thing for us as a club during that time was our engagement with our players. And like a lot of grassroots football clubs, we put out kind of Zoom classes. We kept in contact regularly through WhatsApp with players, just to touch base with them, see how they're doing, how they're feeling, how things are going, if there was anything we could help them with. We also designed their strength and conditioning programs, so we sent them out to players at the start of the pandemic. Little skills-based challenges, skills cards, little things they could do with their friends, little technical practices for the small back gardens or local parks. So we done everything we could to keep them occupied, to check in on them, to make sure that they knew we were there, even though we couldn't be there physically. They knew that they could reach out to us at any time at all. In terms of our coaches, what we done was we got external coach education workshops. So essentially, we felt, obviously, with the isolation side of things, when you close down a club, it can feel like, well, we're all at home in our homes, and it's very hard to keep physical contact because the pandemic doesn't allow for that. But what we did do was we got experts in from clubs like Juventus to come in and give workshops. We got a club in Iceland, a friend of mine, Christopher Harrington from Fram, was very good, and they came in and gave us little insights into their club development philosophy. So that was really good from a perspective of looking outside of Ireland to see what people are doing in terms of player development. We also had our in-house coach education program. We ran that throughout the pandemic. We had sports psychologist James Claffey come in to talk to players, parents, coaches about the importance of coaching during the pandemic and what that means when we're dealing with people during a time of such trauma. So we were very proactive in terms of our coach education. We had some coaches complete FAI coach education courses. We also had new coaches join the club that we had to upskill as well. So building on from that then, if we look at how it's affected everybody, we're all human. We're all social animals. We all like to be together. So what we found at the end of all this is the word community and that sense of belonging means so much more now. We've seen the effect it's had on us. We've seen the smiles on the children's faces coming back in the past week. We've seen how happy the coaches are to be back together. So being a club within the DDSL gives us that real sense of belonging. It shows that if we work together as grassroots clubs, that all the children can benefit. The main thing for me, reflecting back on it, is that the children have to be now stakeholders in their own learning. So it's really important that we consult the parents, consult the children in regard to training, things we do with the club, the direction that we're heading in, what development actually means for a child. So to finish up on that, there's a lot of positives have come out of this for all grassroots clubs across the DDSL. One of the biggest ones being collaboration. I've seen a huge amount of collaboration during this time that I hadn't previously seen, and sometimes being forced apart kind of pushes us together. That will be a massive positive for all the children coming through all of our clubs. At Lourdes Celtic, what we've seen mainly is a massive increase in the collaboration amongst coaches, parents, players of all ages, amongst other clubs, amongst the DDSL. So, to finish on a positive note, what I'd like to say is that it's great to be back. It's really, really good to be back on the pitch, physically doing the things we love to do. And I wish every club in the DDSL the very best of luck for the rest of the season.